All right, how is it going? Good afternoon. I know there's a few of you starting to trickle in. We're pretty much right at 12, so we're going to get this one started here pretty soon. Update you on a couple announcements of things coming up, but thank you so much for joining me. I know it's been a few weeks since the last time we did a live boot camp, but thank you for coming back. If you're not able to actually join in on the exercises and you're just tuning in, I still appreciate that. Maybe you'll be able to do these at a time where you do have time to do that. But again, for those of you that have joined already, again, I know we'll have probably more trickling in here for the next few minutes, but just a couple quick announcements of some things. Of course, we're now just over 1 in 10,000 steps challenge. I've been looking at that Move Spring app multiple times a day, and I'm seeing some big numbers. I'm impressed. So keep up the great work, guys. I know I've seen some massive numbers. I feel like I'm walking a lot, and I'm still, barely getting up there. So keep up the good work. Love seeing seeing all the steps coming in. Remember to sync your phones, your devices, your watches, whatever you're wearing. Make sure you're syncing those regularly with the Move Spring app so that it's reflecting accurately on the challenge tracker there. But again, huge congrats on that so far in that first week. We still have just under 7 weeks to go in the 10,000 steps challenge. So keep up the hard work. Make sure you're telling your coworkers about it. It's not too late to sign up. But again, for those of you just joining again, just real quick, just remember to sync up those 10,000 steps to the app if you're doing that. And if you're not, it's not too late to sign up. Also coming up this Friday is our next financial record. So again, this coming Friday, the 21st, 11 a.m. But again, I'm Coach Brandon. For those of you joining, if you weren't with me last time for the last live boot camp, it's great having you guys. I know some of you are still trickling in here. We're going to get started here in just a moment. Today's exercise is again focusing. You don't necessarily need any equipment for this apart from if you have a mat or if you're on carpet or something that's at least relatively softer than concrete or a hard surface. We'll help out a little bit with some of these exercises, but again, we're going to go through a number of exercises specifically working on functional strength. So what functional means is exercises or functional exercises specifically refers to exercises that are helping you to build strength or at least maintain strength and flexibility for things that you do on an everyday basis, whether that's getting up from a chair, standing from a chair, sitting down into a chair, picking up your child or grandchild, picking up a bag of groceries. You're going to see some of the exercises today are similar to some of those movements that we have to do on a daily basis. So before we get into those, we're going to go through a few quick stretches. So again, if you have a mat, if you don't, that's okay. You can put a sweatshirt under your knee for some of these, or our first do is a standing calf stretch. You have a wall or a table or a chair. I want to show you this from the side. You're going to have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Make sure you keep both heels on the ground, hands on the wall here. As I lean forward, that front knee bending, as I lean forward, you're going to feel the stretch in the back of that rear calf. Once you get to your furthest point where you can feel the stretch, hold there. Hold that position for a few seconds there. It shouldn't feel painful. If you get to a point where it's painful, bring it back just a little bit. Go ahead and switch it over to the other side. Same thing, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, keeping both heels on the floor. I'm going to lean forward just to the point where I feel my furthest stretch without it being painful. We'll hold this for a few moments here. Again, stretching out the calf muscles in that rear leg. And then slowly bringing it back up. From there, already in a standing position. You don't have to sit down and lay down for this. But you're going to bring your arms out, elbows out wide to the side, opening up your chest in the front. Here in another good thing you do, if you like wall practice, slowly raising your arms up and down, but trying to keep your arms flat to the wall. You're really going to feel that stretch in your chest muscles especially. You can either hold your arms out to the side wide, opening up the chest in the front, or slowly lowering your arms, raising your arms up and down. Really good chest stretch. We will work the chest muscles just a little bit today in some of these functional exercises. Next stretch here, we're going to go to a neutral hamstring stretch. So stretching out the muscles in the back of our leg. These muscles get really tight when we're sitting in chairs all day, sitting in a car, sitting in a vehicle, a train. We're going to extend 1 foot forward, leg straight, other knee bent slightly. I'm going to hinge forward at my hips. As I hinge forward, you're going to feel the stretch in the back of that hamstring. So again, from this side, as I hinge forward at my hips, the muscle in the back of that leg are going to stretch out. Once you get to your furthest point, hold right there. Keep both your hands on that leg. We're going to hold this for 10 more seconds, then we'll switch sides. And if you get to a point, just a reminder, if you're getting to a point where it feels painful, scale back just a little bit. On this side, one leg forward, one leg straight up and bent, hinging forward, feel the stretch in the back right there. And hamstrings, one of the most commonly injured muscle groups in the body. So it's a good thing to keep these mobile, keep stretching regularly when you're able to. Go and bring it back up from that. Our last stretch we're going to do, this one is actually on the ground. I'm going to start off laying on my stomach here. I'm going to bring my hands right under my shoulders. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to push up just my upper body. You're going to feel this in your abdominal muscles. You may feel a little bit of a stretch in your lower back as well, but the main stretch is happening right here in your abdominal muscles. In that position, we'll go about 5 more seconds here. On that, and slowly lowering yourself back down. Okay, so that was just a few stretches. So we're stretching out some of the main muscle groups that we'll be using for some of these functional exercises today. So again, for those of you that might have missed my initial introduction just a few minutes ago, a lot of the exercises we're working today are functional exercises, meaning we're improving strength and mobility in muscles and tendons that we use on a daily basis in our daily tasks, standing up, sitting down from a chair, picking up your kids, picking up groceries, whatever that may be. So our first exercise, we're going to start off with an alternating reverse lunge. So an alternating reverse lunge here, working almost every muscle group in our lower body, in our legs here especially. So standing up tall, hands by your chest, keep your center of balance. I'm going to take one foot, step back, lower my back knee down toward the floor. You can either tap your knee or just almost all the way down, front foot, face forward, and then I'm standing back up. Good option for this one. If you need to, just reduce the depth. If you're struggling to go all the way down to the ground, that's okay. Just go back as far as you can, if that's as far down as you can go, and then stand right back up. And then you're going to alternate. We're going to do 5 total on each side. 2, alternating the other side. 3, so in control. 4, alternate. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 alternating. Great. So that's going to be our first set. We will come back to that one, but as our legs are resting here, we're going to go down onto the floor on our backs for a bicycle. So now a bicycle is a great exercise for the abdominal muscles, and you're going to see yourself, you're going to feel it in all of your abdominal muscles, but especially your obliques, you're rotating side to side. So as I lay back here, hands on each side of my head, I'm going to bring my knees up above my hips, and as I crunch up, I'm going to go alternating opposite elbow to opposite knee, extending the other leg out, alternating to the other side. Good option for this one, letting your heels rest on the floor in between, and just doing one leg at a time if needed. So again, we're going to do 10 total of these. 1, do those with me here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then right back up. We will come back to that one more time, but we do have one more set of our reverse lunges. So again, remember with the reverse lunges, another good option. Say you're in your office, say you're at home working, you can pull up a chair or a table, helps with stability here, putting your hands on the chair here, stepping back into the reverse lunge, and then all the way back up. Only using the chair or table as much as needed to assist you through those lunges. 2, 3, 4, 5, keeping that chest up nice and tall, eyes forward. 7, 8, I might have skipped one there, but that's okay. 9, and 10. Okay, so again, that was just a good option. You needed to use something there for those lunges to assist you with the balance. One more set of our bicycle crunches here. So remember, hands on each side of my head, upper back shoulders off the floor, opposite leg extended, alternating elbow to opposite knee. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably feeling those in your abdominal muscles, not just your main rectus abdominis muscles, but the muscles in your stomach and your rib cage there that you're still working towards core stability. This is a burpee workout. I know as soon as you hear burpee, you're like, oh no, I'm not doing that. This is a little bit different. Now, a burpee walkout, you're going to start off feet at least shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. Wider than shoulder width apart is ideal. So I'm going to start off here. I'm going to squat down, bringing my hands to the floor and slowly walking out one hand at a time, all the way till I'm in that tall plank position.
From here, if you're able to do a push-up, great, or you can bring your knees down to the floor and go from there, bring your knees back up, and slowly walking your hands back toward your feet to your standing position. Another good option for this one, you can actually start from your knees. If you're struggling to do that from the standing position, start from your knees and slowly walk your hands out. Same thing, push up, slowly walking your hands back to your tall kneeling position. So again, we'll do 8 of those. We'll get one out of the way there. So again, bring our hands down, walking our hands out, push up, walking our hands back to our standing position here. 2, 3, 4, just a few more here. 5, 3 more. 6, and again, just a reminder, your option, if needed, starting from your knees, I'll do the last 2 from this angle. 7, walking your hands out, push up, walk your hands back, 8. Awesome, so that was your burpee walkout. The exercising we're pairing with that, the feet together squat. So feet together squat is also important for hip mobility and hip strength. So a good option for this one, I'll show you the exercise first and then I'll show you the option, but keeping your feet together, chest up nice and tall, eyes forward, hands by your chest. Bring your knees down, hips down. Slowly push up. Push out as far as you can comfortably here, but keeping your knees together. So your option, if needed, bring your hands to that chair again. Go through the same thing. We'll do 8 reps of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to hold on to the chair or with one hand, 2 hands. 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. One more quick round of our burpee walkouts. Again, I'll start from my feet. This time we're going 6 reps. A couple less reps here. Finding down, bring our hands, walking them out slowly. Push up, walking back. Option again, just a reminder, starting from your knees. 2, so if those are your options, that is 2 there. 3, just 3 more guys, 3 more. 4, 2 more. 5, one more, last one of these today. And 6. And while our upper body is resting from doing those walkouts and push-ups, we're going right back to our feet together squat. So feet together, chest up nice and tall. If you need to use a table or a chair. We're going through these 6 reps of these as well. 2, feet from the side as well. 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so let those muscle groups relax, recover for a moment. Again, I know some of you may have even joined a little bit later, so just a quick reminder, the exercises you're seeing today, functional strength exercises. So some things might be like, oh man, I don't remember doing that, but just think, if you're laying in bed, laying on the ground, you're pushing up, you're squatting, getting up and down from a chair, for example, getting up and down from a chair, guess what? It's basically the bottom of a squat. You're standing up, squatting back down. So a lot of these things you're seeing that you're doing on a daily basis. Anyway, so our next exercise here, stability and switch plank. We're bring one elbow, forearm on the floor, directly below my shoulder. I'm going to give you a couple options for this one as well. We can bring our legs in line, hips off the floor. We're going to hold this for 15 seconds on each side, okay? So we're looking at the watch here. Good option while I'm holding this. Forward both knees. Bend your knees back. Still bring your hips up off the floor. 5 more seconds. Hold it there, hold it there. And time. We're going to switch over to the other side. Same thing. But again, if you're able to hold your legs straight, do it. If you feel like you're struggling with that, again, bring your knees down, bend your knees back, and then bring your hips up. So the same thing, 15 seconds, about 10 more seconds here. All right, and time, bringing those hips down. Okay, actually, we're pairing that with what into our standard push-up. Now your standard push-up, tall plank position. I know we did a little bit of push-ups with those burpees, but just an option. Remember, if you're able to do those full push-ups, great. Not, bring the knees down. We're going through 8 reps here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another one, if you are struggling to do the push-ups from your knees even, a couple options you could do from a standing position. I know it's kind of hard to see from this angle, but if you have your hands on the wall, walk your feet out, push forward and back, just like you would on the ground. So, went through that push-up, we're going right back into our side planks again. 15 seconds on each side, bringing those hips up to the floor. Again, keep the abdominal muscles tight. You're gonna feel those hips wanting to fall down. Keep them off the ground. 5 more seconds. 2, 1. All right, go ahead and switch over to the other side again. Pulling those hips off the floor, you're doing great. There we go. And abdominal muscles tight, obliques. You're gonna feel that on the bottom side, the side of your abdominal muscles. 3, 2, 1. And bring it back. Last time, going through these push-ups. Doing great, guys. We're getting through these. Nice straight body. Those hips pull down or push up. 1. We're going through 8 reps. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, we got to do those 2 exercises as well. We're already on the floor. The first one of our exercises is also on the floor here. Our levels or reverse crunches. So reverse crunch, you're gonna have your hands flat out to the side, bring your knees up, crunch your knees up toward the chest. Make sure you keep about a 90-degree bend in your knees. Don't let your heels touch the floor, and then come right back up. You're gonna feel that working in your lower abdominal muscles especially. We're gonna do 8 reps here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll do one more time, but we do another exercise. Mountain climbers. Now, mountain climbers do work our lower abdominal muscles as well as our hip flexors. Also, is good for shoulder stability and strength. A couple options for this one too. You're able to start your tall plank position. We're going to take up one knee at a time toward our chest. Your options, starting from your knees, is bring up one leg at a time and then right back to your knee. We're going to do 8 total, 4 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And right back into our reverse crunch. So reverse crunch one more time, 8 reps here. Hands flat on the ground, tucking your knees up toward your chest, 90-degree bend in your knees and back out extended without touching the floor. 3, this one's 3, 4, 4 more, 5, 6, 7, hold it, don't 4, and 8. All right, so we got through those 2 exercises. We do have those mountain climbers one more time. I apologize, but the mountain climbers, again, starting in that tall plank position. Great body, not letting those hips go up, not letting those hips sag down, give that body straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Again, your option for those being keeping your knees forward. Size is perfect. We're going to flip right back over to our back. We're going to our hip bridges. Hip bridges. You're going to work your glutes here. Again, a great exercise to work our muscles that we don't work as often, especially when we're seated almost all day. Great exercise to move to work on our glute muscles here. Laying down flat, arms up, flat out to the side. Feet together, knees up, feet flat on the floor, knees up. I'm going to push my hips up, glutes tight, pushing my hips up to the ceiling and slowly back down. We're going to do 8 reps of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly feel that in your glutes. 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to bring it back up to our feet. Side oblique bends. Now this is not necessarily the most difficult exercise, but this is something, a movement that we do almost every day. This is something that you probably don't even notice you do every day because it's just a normal thing, such a normal thing we don't even think about. And I'll show you an example. For instance, if you have a backpack or think this is a bag of groceries, When you bend down to pick that up, you're gonna grab that bag of groceries and stand back up if you're holding one bag. So we're gonna do a side oblique bend. You don't have to use a bag. If you wanna use a bag or a jug of milk or a bag of groceries to do this, this is great, but you don't have to do this with any weight. This is just a similar movement to what you're doing for that, a side oblique bend. So give me your chest up straight here. I'm gonna slowly reach the tip of those fingers that I'm bending toward, that same side. Feel like you're trying to reach the side of that knee and then back up. We're gonna do 5, 2, 3, slow and controlled. 4, you feel a stretch on that side. 4, 5, and we're gonna go over to the other side here. Here we go. 6, 7, 8, we got stretch on the side there, 9, and 10. Again, pretend like you're reaching down to grab a bag, backpack, a bag of groceries. So we're going back down to the floor here for our hip bridges again. So with our hip bridges, just like we did before, one more set of these. We're going 8 reps. 1, and push those hips up as high as you can. 2, 3, 4. If you want to make this more challenging, add some weight, put a bag, your backpack, put a couple books on your hips. 5, 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. Bring it back down. We'll make our way back up to our feet here for our oblique side bends. So with our oblique side bends, again, feet about shoulder apart, chest up tall. We're going to slowly reach down toward the side as far as you can without there being any pain. Do 5 on each side again. 2, here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, we're going to the other side. 6, 7, 2 more. 8, as far as you can without there being any pain. 9, and last one here, 10. Okay, so those were a lot of our main functional exercises. There are a couple quick bonus exercises I do want to show you. A couple different squat variations. Again, squat's super important, working almost every muscle group in our lower body. That's one of the things that we use literally pretty much on a daily basis, all day, every day, except for when we're sitting, of course. But again, this is much of a reason to do these squats. The example I'm going to show you here, I'm going to pull up this chair, and this is something I do, I'm sure you do, most of us do every day, whether you're at a desk, or you're sitting driving, or you're on a train, wherever it might be. Most of us are doing this probably the majority of the day that we're awake. So a couple quick bonus squat options. As soon as you're in your chair, or a desk, or bench, wherever you're at, good exercise here, just doing sit-to stands. Keeping your chest up tall, keeping your weight in your heels, standing up, slowly back down. So it's pretty much identical to a standing squat, but it's a good practice. If you're right at your desk, you can do these anytime. If you have a quick few minute break, go ahead and knock out a set of 10 of these. Again, just your sit-to stands. Super important for keeping that functional strength and mobility. The next squat I would like to show you, this one is not with a chair. This is what's referred to as a sumo squat. So a sumo squat, feet wider than shoulder width apart, wide like a sumo wrestler would be. So nice wide stance, chest up tall, back straight there. Let your arms just kind of relax in front of you. Keep your knees pointed out, so you don't want to let your knees buckle in. Slowly squatting down as far as you can. Again, a really, really good one for increasing your hip mobility and strength, while also strengthening your legs. So big sumo squat. Again, if you want to hold on to a couple water bottles or something that's going to add a little bit of resistance, same thing. So those are your 2 bonus squats that are really excellent exercises for, again, increasing hip mobility and strength, which is one of the most important things that we need to do on a daily basis across the board. And that's not just here at CTA, that's everybody in the world. One of the most important exercises you can do to make sure that those muscles stay strong and don't get too tight. But that's pretty much all of our exercises today. I hope you had a good workout there. If you were able to do these exercises, great. If you're just watching and you're able to do these later, that's awesome too. But just a couple of quick reminders before I let you guys get back to your day. 10,000 steps challenge. I know some of you probably didn't hear me at the beginning, but again, make sure you're syncing your devices, my Garmin watch, an Apple Watch, whatever it is. Make sure you're syncing those regularly so that reflects on the challenge tracker. If your coworkers haven't signed up yet, help them make sure that they sign up for that. It's not too late to sign up. We're only just over a week in, about 7 weeks to go. And then again, this Friday, Financial Friday seminar at 11 a.m. So make sure you're looking for that, signing up for that as well. Again, I'm Coach Brandon. Thank you guys so much for joining today. I appreciate everyone that took the time to tune in on this Monday lunch hour. I know you don't have a lot of time throughout the day to, just do whatever. So I appreciate that you use that time to spend with me. Hopefully the next time we do this live boot camp, get even more people to join, tell everyone else, that you did this, and then the next time we'll be able to get more people to join in. But thank you all again so much. Hopefully you have a great day. Any questions at all, feel free to reach out anytime, whether it's about 10,000 steps challenge, exercises, stretches, anything you might have. I appreciate your time. And again, have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much.